What if everything you thought you knew about human history was a lie? Imagine for a moment that our past is not just a series of random events, but rather the result of a hidden war, a war so ancient and so secret that it shaped the very foundation of civilization. Long before the rise of Egypt, Babylon, or even the earliest recorded kingdoms, a battle raged between powerful beings who claimed to be our creators. This was the secret war of the Anunnaki, a battle that shaped human history, a conflict that may still be influencing our world today. Ancient texts whisper of gods who walked among men. But what if they weren't gods at all? The Sumerians, one of the oldest known civilizations, wrote extensively about the Anunnaki, mysterious entities who descended from the stars and ruled over mankind. Were they simply mythological figures, or could they have been something more? Some researchers believe these beings were advanced extraterrestrials, using their superior knowledge to control and shape early human societies. If that's true, then the wars of the gods may not have been divine battles, but cosmic power struggles. The evidence is scattered across the world, in stone tablets, forgotten ruins, and myths eerily similar despite emerging from different cultures. Sumerian cuneiform inscriptions describe the Anunnaki as masters of creation, influencing everything from agriculture to kingship. But why would beings of such power care about human affairs? Could it be that Earth itself was a prize, a battleground in the secret war of the Anunnaki? And if so, what were they fighting for? Legends from various cultures speak of sky wars, celestial weapons, and conflicts so intense they reshaped landscapes. Even the Bible contains echoes of an ancient struggle, with fallen angels, divine punishments, and cryptic references to giants who once roamed the earth. But what if these weren't just allegories? Some historians and researchers argue that these stories point to real events, memories of battles waged not by supernatural beings, but by warring factions of the Anunnaki. Could it be that our ancestors witnessed a struggle between forces beyond their comprehension? If this war truly took place, then its consequences didn't just disappear with time. From the technological marvels of the ancient world to the unexplained leaps in human progress, there are signs that something, or someone, altered the course of history. Could it be that the winners of this celestial conflict never really left? Could the remnants of their power still be shaping the world through secret societies, hidden knowledge, and elite bloodlines? These questions lead us deeper into the secret war of the Anunnaki, a battle that shaped human history. And to understand the true depth of this mystery, we must first ask, who were the Anunnaki? Were they benevolent guides, ruthless rulers, or something in between? More importantly, are they still out there, watching? Who were the Anunnaki? The Anunnaki. Their name alone carries an air of mystery, a whisper from a forgotten past. But who were they, really? According to Sumerian texts, these beings were the rulers of the heavens and the earth, the ones who descended from the sky and shaped early human civilization. Some scholars view them as mere deities, part of an elaborate mythology. But others suggest a more astonishing possibility. What if they were not gods at all, but advanced extraterrestrial visitors? If that's true, then the secret war of the Anunnaki, a battle that shaped human history, is not just a legend. It's a cosmic conflict that determined the fate of mankind. Evidence of the Anunnaki's existence is scattered throughout the ancient world. The Sumerians, one of the earliest known civilizations, recorded their interactions with these powerful beings in intricate cuneiform inscriptions. The Enuma Elish, a Mesopotamian creation myth, describes how the Anunnaki shaped humanity and divided the earth among themselves. But were these stories just primitive attempts to explain natural phenomena, or could they be historical records of real encounters with an advanced race? After all, how did the Sumerians develop such sophisticated knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and engineering seemingly out of nowhere? Some researchers believe that the Anunnaki played a direct role in the rise of civilization itself. They were not mere observers but active participants, guiding, teaching, and perhaps even genetically modifying early humans to serve their purposes. This theory suggests that the so-called gods were responsible for massive leaps in human progress, from the construction of ziggurats to the organization of social hierarchies. If this is true, then our understanding of history is fundamentally flawed. Perhaps mankind didn't evolve in isolation but was engineered by forces beyond our comprehension. The most controversial interpretations come from the work of Zacharias Sitchin, who claimed that the Anunnaki originated from a mysterious planet called Nibiru, an undiscovered celestial body with a vast, elliptical orbit. According to Sitchin, these beings arrived on Earth in search of resources, particularly gold, which they needed for technological or even survival purposes. But if the Anunnaki truly came from the stars, did they ever leave? Or have they been controlling human events from the shadows, waiting for the right moment to return? The secret war of the Anunnaki, a battle that shaped human history, may not have ended. It may still be unfolding. Across cultures, We find eerie similarities in myths of sky gods, celestial battles, and beings who ruled over humanity with an iron grip. Could these stories be remnants of a forgotten truth? And if so, did all the Anunnaki share the same vision for mankind? Or were there factions, some benevolent, some ruthless, locked in a conflict that shaped the course of history? As we dig deeper, we begin to see a rift forming among the Anunnaki themselves, a schism that would ignite a war unlike any other. At the heart of this divide stood two opposing forces: Enki, the protector of humanity, and Enlil, the enforcer of divine will. Their battle would not only determine the fate of our ancestors but leave a legacy that still echoes through time. And as we peel back the layers of history, we begin to see that this ancient struggle may have been about more than just control. It may have been a fight for the very soul of humanity. The spark of war. Opposing factions. Every great conflict begins with a fracture, an irreconcilable division between powerful forces. And in the secret war of the Anunnaki, a battle that shaped human history, this division was embodied by two figures, Enki and Enlil. Both were Anunnaki, both wielded immense power, but their visions for humanity could not have been more different. Enki, often seen as a protector, viewed humans with a sense of kinship. He wanted to elevate them, to grant them knowledge, perhaps even freedom. Enlil, on the other hand, saw humanity as an unpredictable, dangerous creation, one that needed to be controlled or even eliminated. This ideological divide would spark a war that would alter the fate of mankind forever. The tension between Enki and Enlil wasn't just a philosophical disagreement, it was a battle of influence over the human race. Enki, known as a master geneticist, is said to have played a direct role in humanity's creation, possibly even engineering Homo sapiens to be more than mere workers. His gift of knowledge, whether in agriculture, astronomy, or even language, was seen as an act of rebellion. Enlil, however, viewed this interference as dangerous. To him, humans were tools, meant to serve their divine overlords, not question them. Could it be that the very concept of free will was the first seed of war between the gods? Ancient texts describe a world shaken by divine conflict. Catastrophes befell the earth, great floods, firestorms, and plagues that seemed almost calculated. What if these disasters weren't random acts of nature but strategic moves in the secret war of the Anunnaki? Some researchers suggest that these cataclysmic events were methods of control, ways to reset humanity when it became too independent. Could this explain why so many ancient civilizations tell eerily similar stories of divine wrath and punishment? And if so, were these gods truly divine, or were they simply rulers enforcing their dominance? The battle for control didn't just play out in the heavens, it was waged among men as well. Kings and rulers, unknowingly or not, became proxies for the Anunnaki's war. Ancient Sumer, Egypt, and even later civilizations like the Maya all had their divine rulers figures who claimed to rule by the will of the gods. But what if they weren't just ruling for the gods? What if they were part of a cosmic chess game, moving according to the will of one faction or another? Could it be that some leaders were aligned with Enki's ideals while others enforced Enlil's dominion? Even today, whispers of these ancient rivalries remain. The concept of secret knowledge, of elites controlling the fate of the world, and even the idea that a select few hold the keys to our true origins, these all trace back to the same source. If the war between Enki and Enlil was real, then its effects didn't just shape the past, they shaped the present. And as we look back at history, one question lingers: did this war ever truly end? Or is it still being fought in the shadows, hidden from the eyes of those it affects the most? But to understand the full scale of this war, we must go deeper. If Enki and Enlil were truly locked in battle, what weapons did they wield? Were their battles limited to Earth, or did they reach the skies above? And most chilling of all, could it be that humanity itself was turned into a weapon in their struggle for power? The answers lie in the chaos that followed. A war so great, it left scars upon the Earth itself. The Great Anunnaki War. War is as old as time itself. But what if the first great battle wasn't fought by humans, but for control over them? The secret war of the Anunnaki, a battle that shaped human history, escalated beyond mere ideological conflict. It became an all-out war, with devastating consequences for the Earth. Legends from around the world speak of battles in the skies, of gods wielding incomprehensible weapons, and of civilizations wiped out in an instant. Were these myths, or do they echo real events? And if so, could the scars of this war still be found today, hidden beneath layers of history? One of the most shocking theories suggests that the Anunnaki's war wasn't fought with primitive weapons, but with advanced technology, perhaps even nuclear devastation. The ancient city of Mohenjo-Daro in present-day Pakistan presents a mystery that has baffled historians. A once thriving civilization seemingly wiped out by a sudden, intense heat. The bodies found there are eerily similar to those at Hiroshima, suggesting an explosion beyond anything known in the ancient world. Could this be evidence of a forgotten war between the Anunnaki? Were their battles fought not with swords and arrows, but with weapons capable of reshaping landscapes? The stakes of this war may have gone beyond mere control of humanity. Some researchers speculate that the Anunnaki manipulated the very fabric of human genetics, altering DNA, creating hybrids, or even producing entire bloodlines to serve their interests. If that's true, then humanity itself was not just a pawn but a weapon in the secret war of the Anunnaki. Did Enki attempt to give humans greater intelligence and independence, while Enlil sought to suppress them? Could this genetic manipulation explain the sudden emergence of Homo sapiens as the dominant species, surpassing all others in intelligence and capability? And then, there is the Great Flood, one of the most widespread and consistent myths across civilizations. The Sumerians, the Bible, the Epic of Gilgamesh, and countless other traditions tell of a cataclysmic flood that nearly wiped out humanity. But what if this event wasn't a natural disaster, but a calculated move in the war? Some theories suggest that Enlil, seeing humanity as a failed experiment, sought to destroy them with a flood, while Enki, defying the will of his own kind, saved a select few. Could this be the true origin of the Noah's Ark story? And if the flood was a deliberate act of war, what else has been hidden from us? The war did not just shape the past, it left an enduring legacy that still affects us today. Could some of the most mysterious structures on Earth, the Great Pyramids, Stonehenge, and the ruins of Puma Punku, be remnants of a lost technology? Were these built as beacons, power stations, or even strongholds for one side of the Anunnaki conflict? And if so, what knowledge lies buried beneath them, waiting to be uncovered? But the most chilling question of all remains: did the Anunnaki truly leave after their war ended, or did they simply retreat into the shadows, continuing their influence through secret bloodlines and hidden rulers? To answer that, we must examine what happened in the aftermath of their great battle, and how its echoes still shape our world today. The aftermath of war and its lasting effects. When the dust settled and the Great War of the Anunnaki came to an end, the world was forever changed. But did the victors truly leave, or did they simply erase their presence from history? Some believe that after the secret war of the Anunnaki, a battle that shaped human history, the surviving factions withdrew into secrecy, leaving behind relics of their rule, monuments, sacred bloodlines, and forbidden knowledge locked away from the masses. If that's true, then the real question isn't whether the Anunnaki still influence our world, but how deeply their grip still holds. One of the most enduring mysteries left behind is the sudden appearance of advanced knowledge among ancient civilizations. How did the Egyptians develop precise mathematical and astronomical calculations thousands of years ago? How did the Maya track celestial movements with eerie accuracy? And how did the Sumerians, the very civilization that recorded the existence of the Anunnaki, possess an understanding of the solar system that wasn't rediscovered until modern times? Were these remnants of Anunnaki technology left in the hands of a chosen few? If so, who were these chosen ones, and could their descendants still be among us today? Many secret societies and elite bloodlines claim to possess ancient knowledge, tracing their lineage back to divine rulers of the past. From the pharaohs of Egypt to European royal families, from the Vatican archives to modern political dynasties, whispers persist that hidden knowledge has been passed down through the ages. Could these ruling elites be the last remnants of the Anunnaki's influence? Some even speculate that organizations like the Illuminati, the Freemasons, and other powerful groups are simply the continuation of an age-old agenda, one that began with the Anunnaki's rule over humanity. But if the Anunnaki left Earth, where did they go? Some theorists suggest that they didn't leave at all but instead retreated underground, beneath ancient temples, or even within hollowed-out sections of the Earth itself. Others argue that they returned to the stars, waiting for the right moment to come back. And then there's the possibility that they never truly left, but rather adapted, hiding their presence behind governments, corporations, and influential institutions. If that's the case, then the question isn't whether the Anunnaki are real, but whether they still hold the reins of power. Throughout history, sudden leaps in technology have always been met with suspicion. The Industrial Revolution, the Space Age, and now the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence. Could these breakthroughs be the result of hidden knowledge being slowly reintroduced to humanity? Some believe that the Anunnaki, or their descendants, are still guiding us, subtly nudging humanity toward a future they designed long ago. But is their plan one of enlightenment, or control? And then there's the greatest mystery of all. What is still being hidden from us? What knowledge lies buried beneath the ruins of ancient temples? What secrets do the Vatican archives hold? And what truths about humanity's past are so dangerous that they must remain concealed? To find these answers, we must look not only at the past but also at the present, because the war may not be over. In fact, it may be entering its next phase. What does this mean for us today? If the secret war of the Anunnaki, a battle that shaped human history, truly happened, then its effects didn't just shape the past, they continue to shape the present. The world we live in today is the result of ancient conflicts, hidden knowledge, and forces that may still be at play behind the scenes. But how deep does this influence go? Are global events, wars, and technological breakthroughs merely part of natural human progress, or could they be part of a larger, hidden plan that has been unfolding for thousands of years? Modern geopolitics, the rise and fall of empires, and the control of information all share a disturbing pattern. Throughout history, power has remained in the hands of a select few, those with knowledge, wealth, and control over global institutions. Could these elites be the remnants of Anunnaki rule? Some theorists suggest that secret societies, powerful bloodlines, and hidden organizations are not merely fabrications of conspiracy, but echoes of an ancient structure that never truly crumbled. If that's true, then our world is still a battleground in the secret war of the Anunnaki. And what about the rapid advancements in technology? From genetic engineering to artificial intelligence, humanity is making leaps that seem almost unnatural. Could it be that we are rediscovering knowledge that was once common in ancient times? Or worse, could these technologies be reintroductions by hidden hands that never stopped guiding us? Some researchers claim that UFO sightings, unexplained archaeological discoveries, and secret military projects are all connected to a deeper truth. The Anunnaki may have never left. They may still be among us, watching, influencing, waiting. One of the most debated topics in this hidden history is the prophecy of Nibiru, the supposed home of the Anunnaki, a rogue planet with a vast orbit that is said to return periodically. Some believe that when Nibiru comes back into our solar system, the Anunnaki will return with it. If this is true, then everything we know about our world is on the verge of changing. Are governments aware of this? Is that why space exploration has intensified in recent years? Are we being prepared for an event that has been long foretold? Of course, mainstream science dismisses these ideas as myths and pseudoscience, but history has taught us that truth is often hidden beneath layers of deception. What if everything we were taught about our origins was a carefully constructed lie? What if the key to our future lies in understanding our true past? If the Anunnaki have influenced human civilization for millennia, then breaking free from their control, or understanding their ultimate purpose, may be the most important challenge we face today. But the biggest question remains, are we ready to face the truth? Because if the war never truly ended, if the Anunnaki still hold power over us, then what comes next might not be in our hands at all. And if they do return, will they come as saviors, or as conquerors? And if all of this is true, what else don't we know? What else has been hidden from us, locked away in forbidden archives, concealed beneath the sands of time? The secret war of the Anunnaki, a battle that shaped human history, isn't just about the past, it's about the forces that still shape our world today. If the Anunnaki created humanity, fought over its fate, and then disappeared, are we truly free? Or are we still unknowingly playing a role in a war that never really ended? Think about it. How much of what we consider history has been manipulated? Who decides what we learn in textbooks, what discoveries are made public, and what knowledge is suppressed? If the answers to our origins have been deliberately hidden, what else is being kept from us? These questions aren't just ancient mysteries, they directly impact the world we live in right now. And the more you look, the more the pieces of this puzzle begin to connect. The control of knowledge, the rise of secret societies, the hidden hand guiding world events. Could it all be part of the same agenda that started thousands of years ago? But here's the real question. What can we do about it? The first step is opening our minds, questioning everything we've been told, researching beyond the official narratives and looking at history with a fresh perspective. The truth is out there, hidden in ancient texts, suppressed discoveries, and clues left behind by those who tried to warn us. The more people seek the truth, the harder it becomes to keep it buried. And if we can uncover the secret war of the Anunnaki, we might finally understand who, or what, has been shaping our destiny all along. What do you think? Could the Anunnaki still be influencing our world? Have secret bloodlines and powerful elites continued their agenda in the shadows? Or is all of this just a coincidence? Let your voice be heard. Drop a comment below and tell me your thoughts. The more we discuss, the closer we get to unraveling the truth. And if you want to keep exploring the mysteries of our past, our origins, and the hidden forces shaping our future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We dive deep into the secrets they don't want you to know, and there's much more to uncover. Because history is more than what we've been told, and the real story is only just beginning. The question isn't whether the Anunnaki will return. The question is, were they ever really gone?